Springtrap has already become one of the Badelet's most controversial killers when it comes to his power level. In today's video, we'll be putting Springtrap to the test against the killer unknown in a top tier showcase to see who is the stronger killer once and for all. Both killers share a lot of similarities with a projectile based attack and an ability to teleport across the map with a similar power level overall, which made them perfect to face off against each other in various settings to see who is the stronger killer. First, with two American content creators who main Springtrap and Unknown against a pro team, and then two of the best comp killers in the world were extremely proficient on these killers against the best survivor team in the world. I hope you enjoy. In our first match, Alranican, who picked up Springtrap as soon as he released and started mastering him, had to show what he can do with home field advantage on Freddy's Fazbear's Pizzeria.
So we have two people that have been grinding the living F out of these killers since they came out, and they're gonna show us how it's done. And we have a very hex-oriented build immediately into a teleport. Tell us what do all of these perks do, Hens?
So we have Retribution, Ruin, Blood Favor, and Undying. So Retribution obviously gives our reading. Undying is going to protect the totems. Ruin makes sure that they are getting regress when nobody's working on this. And Blood Favor is probably going to be deadly to get a follow-up hit.
Ooh, immediate hit even through that really weird lightning. Two of the totems go away at the same time. That does reveal everyone on the map for 20 seconds, though.
Oh, another totem he spotted? That is not a hit.
Yeah. Funny that he had auto reading, but he chose to go in blindly, like he knew where to aim. Survivor, ooh, they're going down here. Oh, wait a minute.
That
seemed to be a mistake, yeah.
So restaurant menu, make sure that the axe doesn't stay in cooldown too long though. And that's gonna be the first down, right?
Yeah, this is the so-called comp corner, where a survivor dies as far away from the gens as possible to buy as much time as possible from their teammates. They have taken care of two totems, and the third one is right here. So it's also really lucky that Retribution wasn't done, because it means they could honestly ignore Blood Favor and maybe not do any totems for the rest of the game.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this add-on also increases the AoE, right?
Am I stupid, or do I see no add-ons on my spectating?
Oh, well, that is probably a feature. Oh, looks like we want to go for the very same person again.
Ooh, we were a bit short on the distance there.
Wow, another jungle gym. That is good RNG for the survivors. And two gens being done. Another jungle gym. But Retribution.
They do indeed cleanse the totem. We're now down to only Retribution. So the survivors are likely going to ignore it. We are choking slightly here.
That AoE is so long now.
Okay, so we have a person dead on hook, and for that we have paid the price of using basically all four of our perks. Retribution is still up, but it's a perk that on its own does nothing, so it will probably be ignored now.
True.
What do you think are the chances the survivors pull through? Oh my god!
That is honestly pretty insane. Yeah, that's actually the bigger AoE. That's such an interesting add-on choice. Is that for information maybe? The party hat gives bigger AoE, but it has a shorter duration. So if the axe misses, the killer instinct is, I guess, going to be more useful.
Yeah, and I guess you can just throw it as a way to create a little radar of sorts. You can see that the zone is expanding.
Yeah.
So I guess to cover one way and then block the other way yourself. Sort of what like some comp players do with like Nurse, where they just hold a blink, right?
True. Yeah, he's actually using it as an information tool. Very interesting.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Now, the job of the survivors is to crank the gens as much as they can and maybe get a rescue last second, but they can't do it.
Oh!
Okay.
That was
An
a
exchange
2-4.
happens. Yeah.
Is Alranican gonna go for? Yeah, they're gonna go for.
Okay, that being said, our Ada player is running into an area with two gens out of the dawn, and it's Shack, which is honestly rough. This could be a great time for the survivors to reveal the killer through walls.
That was a great
Hens
attempt.
Flashlight, Hens flashlight, Hens flashlight.
I think
Oh, this is the end, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Can they die on the pallet? Someone save? No, I don't think so. Wow, great start from Alranican, making use of the chase power of Springtrap very efficiently.
It's interesting that they needed 2 survivors to go for the rescue. Against many killers, 1 survivor would have been enough, but this killer can damage you and then immediately grab you. So that being said, we're now in a pretty even spot with 3 survivors, but only 2 gens left to go.
And now Alranican does not have many parks to rely on at all. And he kind of has to guess, where are the survivors? Like, this is first and foremost because there's 0 information. And I think the survivors can use this as a resetting tool because 1 gen is getting done right now and the other 2 are resetting, so...
It's funny how much pressure he had on the whole group and how much it seems like they're now, like, in control. That was such a close save.
Yeah. Barely not hitting, but this could be a great chase if he can...
Super great play by David Tabb that I think will need to be followed up by like a perfect play here or else it's going down immediately.
Buying as much time as possible for the team. And they're actually splitting 2 different generators, okay? They're deciding to not put all of the eggs in one basket.
This could be a really rough situation had the killer come to this scenario with eruption, pop, surge, but as you said, he is quite naked now. Perk-wise, he has nothing.
Sable's actually just committing that generator, yeah?
Yeah, they're taking advantage of the 70-second hook stages, right?
Yeah.
Knowing fully well that they can probably pop it before he hits stage 2.
Yeah,
obviously, all of that depends on Nia not going down, right?
I love the information gathering that Alranican is doing, though, with that add-on. I've never seen anyone do that. Now he checked on the generator. Oh, that is insane. That could actually change this quite significantly.
She actually identifies that she has a small window to unhook and gets it.
If this was played smart here, then I think they should get the gen done.
He would need a massive quick down followed by a massive quick down.
That was so close. Gen is done.
Yeah, with check pallet still available and the killer not having the axe on hand, it was very safe to throw it. It seems like right now we're probably playing for 2 kills if we're lucky.
Yeah. Looks like he was looking for the orbital there, checking if there's a roof, and the tab playing for the result, forcing the lock on basement because his teammates are about to leave on the door.
I think the survivors are happy with 2 kills.
That is
fair enough.
6 hook stages in total. It was a big map.
Oh, look, he's maybe gonna show us something.
I don't know what you're seeing, Odds, but I don't think you're seeing what I'm seeing. Next up, we had VampireToothy, an unknown main who likes using very spicy builds, try his luck against our pro survivor team. And this game truly turned out to be very spicy.
So this time we are seeing the unknown. I'm so excited to watch this. And I would say we have 2 perks that are really common and 2 perks that are completely out of left field.
Oh, this is spicy already. Okay, is that the Oblivious add-on? I think it is, right?
I think so, yeah. Basically, when you hit a survivor, they are unable to hear your turret radius for a little bit. I'm hearing the unknown be really, really loud.
The chase in the main building. Do we have the good window? Yes.
We seem to do, yeah. Oh, a head-on play was made there.
Oh.
And they blinded the killer with a firecracker.
Oh, damn. That was a great play by Ada.
Yeah. They also have one of my favorite perks that I think you also like a lot, Lucky Star.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
means they can do this even when injured, and they get some info out of it.
So now the weekend is on, but can we capitalize on this? Probably not, right?
Oh, teleported to the clone left behind earlier. Runs into the killer to dodge the explosion. A super ballsy play. The killer miscalculates, leads to a stun, and that, just like that, the cheese is completely reset.
Oh, that shot swing truly hard. I think a little bit of a greed on the killer side. And the survivor not dropping the pallet.
Oh my god.
Now, this is like a thing that is absolutely true. The unknown's chase, I think, is a little bit weaker. So getting into the game might be harder, especially against players that use everything they possibly can.
Yeah. It probably doesn't help that he's been out for more than a year as well. And they generally have a much better idea of what he's capable of.
True.
But yeah, the whole running back into the killer to dodge the explosion is something that we're probably going to see constantly.
Yeah.
Because if you get hit by the projectile, you do slow down a bit, but you don't actually take damage. And doing that against Springtrap is not a good idea in general.
Great patience though by Toothy. He knows the Ada is gonna dodge, and he's using that to his advantage to get them one. And that's kind of like the thing you have to kind of do as an unknown, is the projectile is not that fast, and it oftentimes comes down to a lot of zoning.
Yeah. Fascinating that one of the survivors is out of the here, waiting for the unhook. I guess that was their gen that they were doing. And we're gonna follow around, see who is maybe chased next. Ooh.
I don't think they realize it's unforeseen. They're still stealthing.
Yeah. Yeah, surely a call has been made now. And Nia seems still scared a little bit. But surely by now they know what's going on. Excellent explosion there, making it bounce immediately into the ground. This is a really lame way to play this, but it works really well. Survivor's probably going to commit to a direction, but that's just so unavoidable.
Oh, well played.
Super quick down.
I think Sable tried to dodge that somehow, but yeah, Toothy played that too well there. I think the reason why Nia didn't unhook instantly, by the way, is because they didn't want to... Like, the turnout would have been really strong. If they instantly unhook, and the unknown comes back and you don't make that heal, then it's kind of really good for the killer.
It would have been very similar to what happened previously, where you give the killer a chance to create a 3v1 early. This killer does have perks that encourage to hook multiple survivors, I suppose, and it's working out. That Pindus is probably doing work right now. Oh my god! That could have been amazing!
Oh, that's a hit! Clean mechanics, honestly. Really well executed with the teleport.
Okay, we have another strong tile here, but the survivor does not choose. Do you see how the undetectable there helped?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was huge.
Without a terrorist, it's hard to know how far the killer is and what's going on, and I think that's going to be relatively fast on.
Definitely. Now has one person dead on hook, which is huge with 3 gens left.
Yeah. And
but
also
back to this add-on, it's just... Like, survivors constantly use the intensity of the heartbeat to know if a killer is close or far behind a wall. And I think it really hurt them there. But we haven't really talked about the other perk, batteries included. What do you make of this? I think this is insane.
I mean, to be honest, like the haste can make such a difference, and especially on this level of play, as we've seen in the last match, you would expect the survivors to run to the completed generators, and that can absolutely make a difference because you're gonna have that haste in that scenario.
We had Lara here again being being oblivious, and oh my god, that's huge.
Down the pallet.
Amazing patience there.
Nobody around.
No, sadly not. And I think that's Ada done. And survivors, if we have a look at the HUD, seem to be about to find themselves in a 2-gen left situation. That is really impressive.
Okay, I'll go out there and say it. I think Unknown definitely excels once one survivor's dead. Because that's when the teleport is, it's so hard to deal with all of it.
Yeah.
And like the teleports become so much more, and there's like not that one more person that can dispel and heal. Because the Unknown also adds kind of that side objective. You don't want to have them have the perfect teleports because that's so oppressive in chase and to pressure the gens. Yeah,
now that you mention it, I guess whereas Springtrap's power is available from the start of the game and it's kind of strongest at the start, this killer is kind of the opposite. He doesn't really start with any teleports available at the beginning. That was such a good shot.
Yeah, Toothy is just clean right now. Has to be said.
And we are constantly seeing the 5% from batteries included activate on and off. And with players that are this precise, that know where to wait and when to drop and when to ball with such precision, I do think that 5% could be interesting. I'm just so absolutely dumbfounded that a player at this level, knowing that they're going against people this strong, would decide to bring that perk. I think it's a really brave move. Let's have a look.
Oh, are we just sticking that gen? That's such a risky move. No, now they're getting off it. And Oblivious.
I love the unique pathing there. And it seemed to work. It seemed to work really well, actually. Lily's gonna buy a lot of time for their team.
Yeah.
They're forced to come down here, sadly.
Oh, wow. Oh, that doesn't hit. Oh, my. That's a clean thing right there.
Situation where the 5% extra speed could have helped, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Still, that was an amazing chase from Tab.
I mean, getting all the gens done is gonna be so hard now. Eruption is gonna kick in, and this is also another pain resonance on the generator. True, true. Yeah. Oh. I just heard someone on the side, but spectators have better audio, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I am hearing some really strange things, Hens. I am inside this killer. I'm in his belly right now. It's so odd.
You get used to it.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, we're in chase.
And once again, 5% haste kicking in. This is gonna make this chase so much easier. Permanent bloodless one, more or less.
Oh my god, that was an insane play from Nia.
Yeah.
Staring down the unknown removes the infection, the weakened state, and now he has to hit her 2 more times. That's 1. And immediately goes. Wow.
Oh, he interrupted the disable on the generator. Does he know? Yes, he does know. And they're still weakened. That's a fast injury. That's the advantage of leaving survivors weakened. It's so strong once you come back to them because they're not on cooldown and they have the full weaken timer.
That is such an insanely precise play from our Sable player.
God.
If you dodge any further into him, he hits you. If you dodge any closer to the pallet, you get hit by it.
Yeah, very precise.
Really difficult to nail that.
Oh, they didn't.
Well done by our killer, who decides to go for a little kick before. Will probably apply the turret radius onto that gen, and then teleport somewhere else, being completely stealthy for a while.
Yeah, unforeseen activating once again. I think Nia's gonna get the gen done.
Maybe, yeah.
The survivors, they're still in this. Somehow.
Tab very meticulously approaching. If he goes down here, it's over. Nia also being really careful for the reposition.
If they're known, if he teleports back right now, then it's cocked. Yeah, and he did exactly that.
Oh no. If Tab goes down here, we're in a one-person left situation. Decides to go for the power. This is tough. This is tough. How? Hits the simple hit through the wall, and I think we're not gonna see Nia try to go for this. Are we? Oh, but the teleport is still possible right after.
Oh, this is so much pressure. And they're right above now. Because the cooldown is shorter than Springtraps. No, actually, Springtrap doesn't have it.
There is a shorter cooldown on Springtrap because there's no cooldown, but he has to walk to some place to use it, which in itself is its own little cooldown, I guess. This killer cannot spam the teleport ability, but he can do it from any time, from any place, whenever it's ready.
Unknown's cooldown is deceptively fast. Someone like, you might think someone like Freddy has a similar power, but I'm pretty sure Unknown's cooldown is 5 seconds less, and that really can make a difference.
Yeah, no, and the more people infected, the faster it happens as well, I believe.
True.
Good effort by Sable, who has honestly played so well, but these survivors are just falling due to the weight of this impossible situation right now.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting because at the beginning of the game, it kind of looked bad. You know, like the first chase.
It looked worse. I believe it was Ada that hit a head-on, and then she shrugged off an attack by staring him down. It just looked like such a bad start.
Yeah, Toothy absolutely making walk though. Once the mid game started, he just ramped up the pressure.
Yeah. And I love to see that it's not with the usual meta build you would expect.
Yeah.
We have at least 2 perks here that I would have probably never guessed would be in play. Oh.
Forcing them on.
Yeah. Oh, a scream happened. Eruption. Well, it seems the killer's not too bothered, but they could slug if they really wanted to get that last person. Keep in mind, if you get hit by Eruption, you're out of the veil for such a long time.
Yeah, they can still teleport. They still know where they are.
Oh, wow. It's Hatch might spawn in Shack. Is that the play that we're looking for? I don't think you're
probably, but Nah, I think it's a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Oh, impressive.
That was pretty crazy, and we get to see endgame Mori. What do you make of this first thing?
Impressive, honestly. I was not sure in the beginning because, like, yeah, that's the thing, right? If you miss your weekend, it can look pretty bad, but like overall, Toothy just hit enough of them, and his build definitely shined through. So yeah.
I do expect maybe Springtrap to catch up a little bit because these add-ons maybe are a bit stronger at high rarity.
True,
but we'll have to see that in round 2, right?
Yeah, we have some great add-ons on Springtrap that he maybe didn't have access to, and I think Unknown, I mean, he still has great add-ons, but I don't think it scales quite as high. So, but the second round, we have a map that I think is a lot better, honestly, for both of them, right? We have Rancid Abattoir. This is a map where survivors might not have as many resources as they have on Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and the killers also have more add-ons. So it's gonna be interesting because, like, going to the right spot might not matter as much in this setting.
Let's have a look.
Oh, okay. Oh, we have
Endo CPU, 40% faster pallet break, and generator kick.
That is an interesting choice. So there were so many add-ons you could have chosen, but looks like Endo CPU is the one. So I'm gonna be interesting how he's using this, to be honest, because I honestly found it in practice to be relatively clumsy to use. Because you have to, like, throw your axe at the gen first, right? If you want to kick the gen with value.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that you put like this, and then you do it with its lingering effect, right?
Yeah.
Here, for example, I don't think they even got it, so it's not ideal. Oh, unlucky.
This is why you run restaurant menu, though. This is why this add-on is, like, absolutely insane, because if you miss, the punishment is very little. Oh, that was a great mind game, though.
Yeah. Shame the killer didn't have time to fully capitalize. Amazing down, and it's a basement as well, which could be problematic. The way I see this going is, in this map with few pallets, if the pallets are gone and survivors try to take hits for each other, the bottom perk is really gonna come into play. It's called Force Hesitation. It's that one that slows you down massively if someone goes down next to you, making altruistic play very, very difficult. Oh, we respect that type of shot.
Damn. Did he actually try to hit someone? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you remember that Wesker match on Midwich. Were you part of that? I'm not sure.
I might have been.
I think you are, right? And Alranican played amazingly on Wesker.
I know.
Oh, that was a great hit.
Nasty hit. Bet she wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, that's the difference in the arc, right? Like, you have so much tiny opportunities that the survivors might not be aware of. And this is going to be a fast down, right?
I think so. Ooh, and we actually get the grab. Since the survivor was not actively removing the axe, but either way, it was going to be a down. And Eruption hits one of the gens that the killer had kicked, and they seem to have another pain res, which means that, at least for a little while, these gens are going to be hard. Now, one thing you might have noticed in the other match that we saw already, and this one, is that so far, it seems survivors have not used the teleports and not used the reveal function. Do you think that's going to continue, or?
Oh, I think it's, I don't know. Teleports really risky. Can be good if you do it correctly, but I think the risk is very high. So you need to be sure what you're doing if you want to use them. Oh,
here we see. Oh,
he's throwing it away.
This is an interesting feature. Are you noticing? Like he puts the axe next to the door, goes through the door, and the effect lingers for like a second or two when he comes out.
True. And the CPU, the lingering effect. Oh, that's a great hit. What?
Not their first time doing this, for sure.
Oh, and the Shackpal is gone. Yep, they are going down.
This is a third pain res, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, the thing about Grim and pain res, right? This pressure's gonna run out. So right now, it's looking mighty bad. But once there, you will not have the same value anymore. Yeah, looks like Alranican definitely wants to play this area.
A survivor has definitely begun to stealth at some point here.
Are they in a locker?
I think you saw the shadow just now.
Went for the orbital.
We're seeing some really fancy things being attempted here. Oh, I think that was a life, perhaps.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
That's the fast set coming through, though.
Oh, this is becoming hard now.
They're stuck here though. Well, this is gonna be the last painters of the match, and I think we're embraced 4 stacks, so that's gonna be a lot of gem block. Oh, does he want to delay it? Oh.
Oh my god, Hens, can you explain what the hell are we watching right here?
So Alranican is delaying the proc of Grim Embrace. No, he's doing it. Oh. He delayed it so that the time favors him more.
Okay. I still don't understand. I still don't fully understand the reasoning, but yeah, basically.
So I think the reason is for him, for the gens to be... Okay, the survivors have nothing to do. So like the gens are blocked. There's someone on hook. They can't really unhook. There's nobody to heal. So yeah, they're just gonna crouch in a corner, more or less. So yeah, Alranican kind of stalled the match. And with the bottom park being what it is, I think they might get a nasty surprise once they try to unhook this. But let's see.
Okay. No, he's gonna fake it. There's no way he's teleporting now. Yeah, he's faking it for sure.
Oh, it works!
He was!
Oh, that hits!
My god! What?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is dangerous because they send one person who obviously has to run back, tail between their legs, and I think getting a person to stage 2 was the goal. So now we're happy to go away. Maybe if we pick up another down, we can make eruption trigger.
Yeah. There was some big brain plays there from Alranican for sure.
Oh no. I knew it was possible, but I don't think I'd ever seen anyone do this. Going into a door and then just leaving through the same door.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it is so hard to unhook against this killer, honestly. I don't even think, it's like almost like Huntress level, right? Because like, if you tried that solo, then he's gonna axe you, and if you're not right next to the hook, then you're just gonna get unwand and you don't get unhook.
Yeah, you go from having one person on the hook in a bad spot to having a person in a bad spot and then another one on the ground. I am absolutely flabbergasted at how consistently he hits those arc shots. That's crazy. Oh. Massive eruption value there.
He is creating so much chaos now. Oh, this is second wind though on Sable. She actually managed to heal.
Yeah, but maybe getting spotted here was a bad call.
Holding speed.
Oh my god, that was close.
Hit.
It's crazy how fast this killer moves while holding the hatchet.
True.
What do you think? Is he going for the obvious tunnel here?
This might backfire. He needs this chase fast.
If that had hit, I would have lost my mind. Oh, Endo? No, sadly the Endo CPU does not really speed up the pallet break. Great dodge from our Sable player. Heartbeat giving a little bit of info, and we're in a position that's just not easy to play.
Yeah. I mean, the survivors are recovering though, so if this Sable makes this chase last...
Okay, Endo CPU, are we gonna see it play? Come on. That's the 40% faster break, and that did something, certainly. That certainly helped. Wow. So quick summary. Everyone hook one time, one person dead. No more perks other than eruption to slow down gens, and we still have the lingering threat of force hesitation if survivors group up. One could go down and the other one could go down really, really soon after.
Yeah, but I mean, last time the survivors did an amazing job once the 3-1 started, so let's see if we can see something similar magic happen maybe.
Oh my god, that subtle aim to the right to catch them dodging, that was great.
Oh, what a hit!
Oh my god. Does not really commit to any one person. Keep in mind, everyone's on the same level of hooks. We see blood.
Great
Ada's doing so good here.
The early callouts do hurt the door usage because like this survivor has so much distance.
That being said, they're just gonna run out of resources soon here. He tries a pot shot, it doesn't work. He breaks the pallet 40% faster anyway. After his own car, I suppose.
No, yeah, true.
Oh my god, there you go.
That's some good value.
She must feel so powerless right now.
But the gens are down.
That's crazy, actually.
That's some good efficiency from the survivor side.
So why is she going into a locker fence?
to make the hook take a tiny bit longer, which is why she forced the locker so the other two teammates can leave by the door. That's the same thing as the last time.
Yeah.
Well played, honestly. Wow.
Oh my god, dude. The survivors honestly did amazing in that last 3v1.
That's why I said in the middle of it that it was really front-loaded slowdown. It looked incredibly good, but the survivors, they bashed the gens at the end.
Damn, you really call that. You really call that. I thought the survivors were about to fold, and there was no coming back after that.
Next up, VampireToothy wanted to show a very spicy totem build in a truly nail-biting game that really managed to show how strong Unknown can be if used correctly.
Oh, we have faster hallucinations, period, after every hit, I believe.
Oh, yeah. I
don't know if it's after every hit or after every pallet break, but yeah. So we have a very simple...
He does not have the one where everyone is infected. And also...
He does.
Yeah,
it's the Terror Radius one. Oh my god, you're right.
And also, we see Dominus being triggered already. We have a spicy build-outs.
Oh. So basically, we have 3 totems. One of them is the one that's really dangerous. One of them is the one that annoys gens a little bit. One of them is the one that slows you down and doesn't do anything else. And then you have a perk on top to protect each of them for a while. Finding a survivor right now is priority to make these totems last as much as possible, right?
True. Oh, Toothy's so patient with it.
Super good play.
Great
Let's watch
bounce.
this from the survivor's point of view.
Well, so Tori is about to cleanse the first totem though.
Yeah, that took a long time though. That took a long time, and there's someone on the ground.
And it is Ruin. Ruin is out of the game, but there's still one spicy totem left that could spell disaster for the survivor sides later on.
The Devour will need to be taken care of. The alternative is to unhook so quick that the killer has no time to teleport away or something, but that is super risky and something that you rarely want to do. We see Lily try to dodge a bit too early. It turned out to work in their favor.
Yeah, a little bit of over dodging there, but then I think Toothy expected more over dodging.
Yeah.
It's interesting mind games.
Ooh, having the gen there actually hurts the survivor a little bit because it gives the killer something to bounce the projectile on immediately. Super patient play. The thing about this killer is that getting hit by that sort of projectile catches you in the middle of a dodge, and you always make less distance, right? Because you're like spinning crazily.
Ooh.
You see here, for example.
Oh my.
Managed to get rid of the weakened state.
Oh, we see an interesting perk come out from the survivor side, actually. That's gonna make a huge difference.
Crazy value from Troubleshooter. Seeing the auto of the killer through the wall is perfect for this sort of map. But I think the time on top is
patient.
running out. Yeah.
The patience from Toothy is just insane. Never shoots. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like a setting where you have everything allowed and you see Dominus. What? That's crazy, to me at least.
Having a look at the survivors, it seems like one of them is hovering or having. What was the word? Hovering. Yeah, they're hovering at the hook.
It's like Toothy's ready to play it slow here.
I think the survivors have gained some momentum back here.
Oh,
Amazing. Oh, I think that gen maybe got in the way. This is definitely a hit that's gonna happen in one way or another. Wait. Oh.
That's the risk if you want to dodge too much.
Yes,
that's the risk.
Exactly. You want to dodge the half damage, and now you take 2 full instances of damage. Amazing play by Toothy that had just the perfect patience and positioning there.
This might start hurting now.
Yeah, so Hens, tell us what is about to happen when this survivor gets unhooked.
So once the survivor gets unhooked, Devour Hope gets the 3rd stack, and that means that there is insta-down abilities on the basic attacks from the Unknown, and as soon, if someone unhooks right now, they could probably get away with it. But
yeah, this could be an insta-down on Ada.
Yeah.
If they unhook right now. And Devour has another feature that is so good on the Unknown, because every hook after the second one, you get a little speed boost, And since you teleport right after the unhook, after the hook, you get to use all of the speed boost, and it's so useful. At this point, survivors will have Devour Hope revealed to them, so if they weren't sure now, they know they have to cleanse it.
Yeah, they're all on the move.
Yeah, and 3 gens, 1 to be done, but still 2 full gens left, possibly. It's really rough here.
And this
oh
is
my
where...
god. Sable. Sable, no. Sable, run. This looks bad.
This looks
terrible.
Devour Hope speed boost.
Oh my god, survivors are looking to do more gens, but this is a really bad scenario. Now, keep in mind that, if I'm not mistaken, Thrill the Hunt is still active, right?
Yeah, it is.
So that means that the Devour Cleanse will take, like, what, easily 22 seconds at least?
Ooh.
Anti-tunnel prevents the down on Ada, who would otherwise, I think, would be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, this is so risky. If they were to teleport to Shack, that would be it. But they don't not do that.
They picked up Sybil from the ground. Honestly, survivors have recovered from this situation relatively well.
That was almost insane. That somehow bounced back the way it came from? What?
That was such a read. I don't know if you noticed, but I think she got infected like the moment that it ended.
Honestly, the survivors kinda got out of this situation somehow.
Yeah.
But that one totem is... These totems are so close to the gens. Oh, the hallucination is also so perfect, by the way.
And there's 1 gen left. I don't know how the hell they have managed. Oh, we see Dominance activate on one of the totems, which means it could be the wrong one, but they are at least onto one of them.
True. And we see Ada injured.
Well played by Ada, who held her distance. Uh-oh.
Well, you just jinxed them, Odds.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I will say nothing.
Tab is on the cleanse now. Halfway. Is he gonna get this? There's a hallucination right behind him, though.
I don't think he gets it.
Oh,
it disappeared because it's too close to the top.
Oh my! Wait, they didn't realize! They didn't realize they were on the gen! No way!
Oh, this would have been a disaster.
That was game ending right there, but I didn't hear him.
Yeah. Every survivor has different cleansing noises. It's possible that Tab doesn't have such loud ones. If the killer had realized that he was just like one little turn of the corner away, this could have been so bad for them. Oh my god. This is like a horror movie.
I mean, okay, like, even still, it's such a hard situation for the survivors because, like, you can't be unhook. You're all exposed. That one totem is so close to the hook, and the other one is deep in the corner. So, how do you even deal with this?
It doesn't help that 2 of the gens are basically at nothing.
Yeah, true.
Good spin burst. No teleport for a little while. Committing to this is dangerous, I think. You've seen what happens when you commit to a Oh my god, I think I jinxed him again. And not only that, the killer was far away from the hook, so that's a 4th Devour Totem. Which means the Insta Mori is maybe on the menu. Oh, I am glued to my chair right now.
Dude, wow. That was a great getaway.
Oh my god, that was like a residual spin burst, as the residual life speed boost.
Oh my god. They just teleported on the tab that was on the totem.
Yeah.
Alright, so we had 4 stacks right now. There's 1 more unhook to be done, and then survivors are getting cooked. I think this is also a great showcase of what you can do with the unknown hallucinations being placeable anywhere, because you can just put it right next to Hex Totem, and there's such a strong web where it's kind of impossible for survivors to even attempt to cleanse them.
Oh my god, this is over!
Oh!
Teleports for the quick. Oh, quick Mori, let's go! Unfortunately, that does seem like it gives them time to
the gen is gonna be done.
Yeah, the killer probably anticipated the totem to maybe be done at any moment, but the survivors just did not prioritize it. That does mean that the killer has given up their teleport for a little while. But this could be a disaster. This could be a disaster still.
Oh, the Ada's aggressively opening the generator, the door, but I think the unknown is on the way, right? No, going to the other one. Okay, the Ada's definitely
This
gonna
can
get the
work. This
open.
can still work. This can still be so difficult. The spell is still up. Oh, the gate does get open. Oh, it looks like it might be 2 kills yet again.
2 kills. Solid.
Oh.
Diabolical build, have to say. There's some harm. Oh my god, the tab didn't get noticed on the totem.
Okay, so pretty similar result. 1 kill, several hooks. 2 kills, lots of hooks. I do feel like in this particular match, the survivors were on the verge of a impossibly deep abyss. Like they were about to like go into a hole that there's no coming back from.
But I mean, they phenomenally managed to come back out of that situation. That looked like it was completely cooked. So congrats and thank you so much to all of these contestants. And with that, the American portion of the showcase was over, and Obii, one of the greatest killers in the game, wants to try his Springtrap against Team Invictus, who's generally regarded as the greatest survivor team, who's also holding the 3-man survivor world record.
Okay, let's have a look. So we have a hex-oriented build with a little bit of jaunt slowdown on top from Grim Embrace.
All right, so we don't have Bonnie's guitar swing. Nobody's chosen that add-on. What we do have is longer undetectable though, so...
Yep. So security badge makes us basically be stealthier for longer every time we use doors. So that already tells us that this killer is planning to do that pretty often. Oh my god, did you see that pre-drop? That was really interesting.
So I think they heard them come out of the door and they instantly were ready. And yeah, the survivors are already splitting on the generators. So this is on Obii now to generate some pressure, see where they are, and maybe catch them off guard with the doors.
Second time going through the security room. Okay, you would be right. Some of these doors really are closed. Killer's still undetectable, but you wouldn't think that, seeing how well these survivors are pre-running.
Yep, they are doing a great job. Cracker coming out, but with that one park that we have, I think it's gonna be hard for Spitz to get anything out of this, right?
Am I crazy for thinking that was really impressive, the way he looked up at like the perfect frame?
Yeah, actually. Okay. Oh, yeah, Blood Favor is definitely gonna make this easy for him. Nothing he can do. Oh, is that a pallet save?
Impossible, no way.
No, okay.
Oh, that would have been insane if they timed that. So Blood Favor is the hex that basically, after one hit, blocks the pallets around you. In this map, it's particularly insidious because oftentimes you get hit, you go upstairs, and the pallets upstairs are blocked. Whereas in other maps, maybe you hold forward and the pallets far away are not. So it's very nasty in this map. And I'm not too sure if the survivors are going to be very happy to get rid of it or if they're going to power through it.
That's a good hit. The pallet is out of the way, and I think Dan is gonna have trouble here, right? But he's not even Okay, he's not even committing. Oh, he's not interested in that. And Downlock is coming through.
Oh, the unhook was really quick here.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that Blood Favor activating? No, it was already on cooldown. Okay.
I think it was on cooldown from the hit on Ace.
Can you realistically hit tank against this?
I don't think so. Maybe the best idea is to go under a pallet. Wow, it seems the survivors think so. Nightlight comes in out of nowhere. Yeah.
He's cooked now, right?
Yeah. He has nothing. Oh, amazing play there.
One thing to note here, by the way, is that we are looking at 3 injured survivors. Rune is still up. So if you want to reset, you're probably going to lose progress on the generators you're doing. So I think Obii has a lot of things going for him right now.
Yeah. Grim Embrace doesn't trigger because we are hooking the same survivor twice, but it will in the future because the perk doesn't stop working if someone's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And now we have the very long undetectable.
The survivors will probably have no idea where he is right now, so... Yeah, that's exactly what we're seeing.
That's not ideal. That's really not ideal. No one can take a hit and be injured. They will go down for him. This is actually nasty. I'm also really surprised that he chose to bring the skin that is a little bit noisier. Because as you pointed out in that one video, one of his skins, the glitch trap one, is significantly quieter, right? It could be even harder here.
Yeah. You could have an easier time.
Dude, I feel so bad for Spitz here. He did not do any obvious mistakes, and yet, like, what were they supposed to do? Is there any hope for the survivors?
Dude, I'm playing horror mode right now. This is actually really immersive. Oh my god. Spitz and Obii are good friends, by the way, so I think they're gonna be fine.
Nothing personal.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna switch to the killer view because otherwise the steps are so loud.
Almost.
That was a really good opportunity, slightly off. But still, it doesn't seem like Xeno makes it very far. Oh
my god. They have like no pros, right? And all Thrill is still up. Oh my god. I feel like this
Nightlight's
was
got a gen at 40%, basically. Okay. But it's otherwise looking a little grim. I'm very surprised they unhook so quickly. Do you make sense of it? And they consistently find themselves running back into the killer because they have no idea where it's coming from. This is so unfortunate.
He's definitely getting huge very fast undetectable. It's very hard for them to track them. And if anyone can, it's definitely them. Yeah, Bloodfeather.
Honestly, like, you lose nothing. Like, if you whiff, you're still so fast, right? This will trigger a second Grim Embrace.
Oh, do they get the gen done though? That would be huge.
Let's have a look. Oh, they actually double on it! So that he would pop. That's pretty smart.
Okay. Kexo's in a risky position there. Bro, I'm gonna hear the footsteps in my sleep tonight.
Yeah. Are you watching from the killer POV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of distance.
Landing, yeah.
Looks like the survivors do not want to heal. They want to split. They're playing it safe. Because if they heal and they get interrupted, the game is pretty much over. And Obii completely repositioned. And now it's on the survivors to spot them again.
I think he might have caught a slight sound. It's really funny to see Xeno just be in a safe spot, looking left and right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But the killer heard it, and I think he's trying to approach. Let's see it from the survivor's point of view. Yeah, the survivor sees it. They still have light that I imagine will try to use on some window. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the holding speed, I have to say though, like the holding speed, I feel like is so strong. Even against really good survivors, you can force so many situations where they pretty much have no chance. Once you're close to them, obviously, but... Ooh.
That doesn't seem like a possible hit. Wait. What's Obii cooking?
Oh, he's cooking up a star right now.
That might be a hit. That's so unfortunate. He doesn't even want to waste time breaking that. Wants to make sure the last gen is nowhere near being done. Takes the damage, knowing that it will take a long time to reset. They don't have any medkits, keep in mind, because of the rules. And Xeno, unfortunately, does not have balanced landing here to use it, so...
Oh my god. I think Dan was still in the locker, by the way. That was a great crouch by Xeno.
They have to make a miracle here with absolutely nothing. There's a pallet here, but...
They have 2 gens, high pros, though. I don't think Obii can hold this anymore. Okay, he knows he's slugging. He knows that he's slugging. That's a good move. All right, is Obii... Does he have enough game sense? That's a game sense test right here. No.
Oh my god, he sees no one in the room and he thinks it's...
That is so...
They've abandoned it.
Yeah, that's an interesting combo because there's like a locker right next to that.
Yeah.
And Dan has Iron Will, so he makes 0 sounds. And if Obii reads it, he still has head on at that pallet. That's a devious play.
Yeah, that's actually really smart. Nightlight absolutely hugging this gen next to the window that allows him to get balanced landing. Plays it mega safe. One really... Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, but the final jump pops. He's actually playing the pillar. I've never seen anyone do this. Oh my god. Good A for effort. If that had worked, I sign up to his newsletter.
Yeah, that's incredible, honestly, that the survivors managed to get the gens done. I feel like this situation looks so hopeless. Okay,
now it's looking like a very reasonable 2 escapes, right?
True. You know what's very interesting though, that someone mentioned? So Springtrap is in a special position with that locker because he can throw his axe at the locker and gets kill instinct. At that point, the head-on player, I think, is pretty much cooked. and they're
Yeah,
just gonna
because he would
leave.
fake it.
Yeah, you can just fake
Honestly,
it easy.
I think the biggest power play is that no one at this level of play expects you to be in a locker.
True.
They expect you to have dropped down, kind of like Kexo did earlier. So
Yeah.
it would have worked 100% on me. I would never expect these guys to go into a locker there.
Same.
So that was really smart.
Okay, Obii made that mad walk for himself though, right? He absolutely did. He didn't go directly to the gens. He used the security badge add-ons to be relatively close to them.
Yeah.
And then the survivors had no idea and they ran into him so often. This is the best team in the world though. I don't think it's that
What do
easy.
you do? What do you
Like
do? How do you custom off guard?
Like at the end of the 3-1, I feel like they got into a rhythm. They kept their distance. They used the exhaustion perks. At that point, it was really hard, and they made the map walk for themselves. Next up, Xeno, who's an extremely experienced comp killer, would try to take on Invictus with his unknown.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I stand myself corrected. I did say that this killer cannot injure you immediately, but with this add-on, at least at the beginning, he kind of can. So at least for the first couple minutes, Blood Favor is a massive threat here.
So one thing about this add-on is that you spawn in hallucination instantly, which is so much better. And you see, there's another one spawning right then and there. Like, it's like the difference
he's
is so
tapping
insane.
the M2 to place it where he wants it, right?
Yeah. He went into the
Or maybe
room.
save it in chase even. Yeah, he's saving one in chase. That's so smart. That's so stupid. Little bait from the survivor. That was amazing. If that was not a hit, I would have clapped right there and then.
Yeah.
Having a look from Kex's point of view now.
Forcing them one. And can he find anything to outplay Blood Favor? With them one, like there's a lot of distance. I don't think Blood Favor is actually going to see any use. Looks like Xeno instantly teleported.
Keep in mind, with this add-on, you only get 3 teleports, however.
True.
As opposed to the usual 4.
Dude.
Interesting.
All right, if that would have... I didn't see it,
That was
but I
close
think
to
it was
working, I
close.
think.
Yeah. Based on scratch marks, I think that was close.
Yeah, Nightlight has definitely noticed that one of the totems is right below his room. No hits through the walls, nothing fancy. Doing this by the book. There's no way Nightlight's gonna fall for that.
Oh!
I have never seen that trick. That is cracked.
He just used the ceiling to try to shoot over the loop. It almost worked, but not really.
Yeah. I'd say the trick worked. It's just that Nightlight anticipated it somehow.
True. Yeah, true, actually. I mean, he stepped out and went wide.
That was really nice. They did like a almost vertical bounce. One of the totems is now gone.
Oh,
Wait, hold up.
oh the crazy hit. What?
Let me find the killer again.
So Blood Favor is seemingly gone. Is that a pass safe? No, nobody there for it. That is a fast hook. Compared to last game, a little bit later
came a lot
again,
slower,
right?
right?
Yeah, but that seems to be a little bit of the mantra, right? Unknown does take a little bit longer to get going.
He set up some clones. We did see the survivors remove some of them. And he's also removed a few pallets and breakable walls, which could work. And Danny's in an unfortunate position here. Somehow still manages to get out. This is basically a 50-50. Unlucky.
Dan going wide though, and he is going to survive this one.
Okay, dude.
Did he just try to...
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think it came a bit late after missing the first one, but hey, props for effort. Dan manages to remove the weakened state, which could make this chase a lot longer than the killer would like.
So no eruption or anything to improve the Genkex. So I think there's like a lack of late game, but... Oh, okay, well, I mean, there's one park that could possibly spice up the late game.
Yeah. That was unlucky. A miss into Nightlight pulling off his balance landing, which probably makes the killer realize it's a bad idea to be here. Devour is now gone, which officially basically makes this killer have nothing to help him perk-wise other than the occasional Grim Embrace.
I mean, the
There's no
survivors
hook,
don't have crazy progress. Basement hooks can get very nasty with Unknown, with the hallucinations. And yeah, looks like Xeno actually wants to place one right at the entrance.
Nightlight looking everywhere. And ooh, that hit could have been really, really damaging for him. Still took a hit, trying to play on absolutely nothing here.
Wow, great dodge.
Brother! He actually stuffed himself in a locker to dodge that. As you predicted, basement
backpack.
unknown.
Oh my god, backpack just screwed him over. Because it actually didn't go through the hallucination and exploded instead.
No! It blew it up. It's super interesting that Kexo decided to bring Metal of Man, which is the one perk that lets you tank a hit after you've taken 3 protection hits.
Yeah, I mean, Invictus is very focused on teamwork, and they love tanking hits for someone that is might be getting tunneled out, so I'm not very surprised. That's what they excel at. But yeah, an interesting choice for sure. I don't know if that makes sense against... I feel like that makes more sense against Unknown.
We see Dan being
Just
in a
sitting
locker.
in a locker.
That's such an interesting idea. Instead of healing, they trust that the killer will not expect 2 survivors to have been here for no time. For no reason.
Bro. Bro, did you just see that?
We didn't see that. It was a spectating bug. Spectating bug, guys.
Yeah.
I also think they've changed their mind. It seems the killer generally is struggling to find them. He's actually on the opposite end of the map with Nightlight and Spitz. Spitz about to remove the weekend, runs into the killer, but the killer, I don't know what they cooked, but that was a hit regardless. Amazing play from Spitz there. Oh my god.
Xeno,
really unfortunate though.
wow, Xeno showing that he knows what's going on in his mind though, and predicting the double back on that.
So even though Spitz did not see the killer for a second there, one thing that happens, amazing smash hit value possibly? No. One thing that happens is that when you look at the killer, the removal still lingers a little bit after you look away, right?
Yeah.
Survivors, honestly, largely unbothered by the hook situation. They all seem to be focusing on gens, and it's great to see these guys at work, man. Like, they make me feel bad for the killer.
Yeah, it's like clockwork, right? It feels like whatever the killer does, they're like one step ahead. They pre-run, they do the gens. And Dan is already in a position to save this. Oh, sketch marks though.
The killer, notice that, okay. Maybe Kexo lets go of the gen to take over? Is that what we see? No, gens before friends. Spitz is gonna hit stage 2 possibly. And they are okay with that. I think we're gonna see that happen right now, yep.
Damn, okay. So they're just prioritizing gen progress. What? Oh. Interesting mind games. He's going to the bathroom god pallet, but I think
he reaches it. Points at it. The killer might think it's a bluff, but it's not. Oh my god.
Oh.
Kex is actually right there. No shot, he's gonna get it. I mean, if it was any other team.
Teleport.
Uh-oh. We gotta guess.
Kexo needs to not be 2-tap here, otherwise I think Invictus might be in trouble.
Yeah, Dan is now 95%. Oh, I held my breath there a little bit. Oh, amazing play.
Teleport almost back up, by the way, so if he zones him back into this...
Yeah, that's looking bad.
Wow, Kexo is playing this beautifully though. Like he's showing that Unknown just does not have the same punch as Springtrap. Because if you're in that room and Springtrap has an axe, then it's just over, you know?
There's just no way to undo the axe after he hits, but there is a way to undo Unknown's power.
Yeah.
Holding very careful check spots. Oh, not careful enough! Okay, this could devolve into a really unfortunate situation.
And Spitz is also gonna get hit.
Yeah, let's not forget that Spitz is dead on hook. So if the killer decides to take these slugs just as a time waste for the survivors and kill Spitz, they could be in a 3v1, but I don't know at this point if that's worth it.
I don't know if he should have committed that.
Yeah.
Okay, Nightlight is right above the bathroom. He's balance landing, so he can drop in at any moment. when it's convenient. But, ooh, Xeno actually picking up the slug by the bathroom. That's a great call. Oh, Spitz. Spitz is in big trouble, right?
Spitz is in danger. But keep in mind, Kexo has the protection hit. Bill, let's have a look at how it works.
He needs 2 more, though.
And they've also seemed to have split up. Uh-oh.
Oh, he just did the cancel.
Yeah.
So there's a technique on Unknown where you can fire like 5 frames early. Yeah. If you like... So it's a little bit odd, but if you tap M2 and then as the oink starts showing, or like the goop or whatever... Oh my god! The situation is cooked.
Yeah.
If that starts showing, then you press M2 and M1 and then you can shoot a little bit faster.
Oh. I was seeing that from Kexo's perspective, and it was really impressive how they keep running constantly and they guess constantly where the projectiles are coming. He unfortunately doesn't have any teleport that's good enough here.
Oh, Spitz is...
that's so close. Nightlight is certainly lurking somewhere, right?
He's
Never
doing
mind,
the generator.
he just finished the gen.
And here's one perk that might come in very handy here. There's no one left behind for the late game. So you can unhook and heal very, very fast.
Do they get this on hook? No way, that's
no,
so
he doesn't.
tight.
Oh, he doesn't.
Okay, okay, this is not looking so good. Oh, Spitz has a 99 gate. Never mind, this is looking amazing.
What? That unhook was so fast. Wait, that is out.
No one left behind.
No one left behind is cooked.
That's all 3 of them.
No way. All right, no one left behind.
Brother.
Nightlight just went there and unhooked with 100% speed increase.
Oh my god.
Oh,
How?
Wow, that was an insane late game clutch.
What's coming next? Do we have another round, or is that all the juice
we
have
have.
for today?
Okay, now we have the complete, like the more competitive setting. We are gonna go to Wrecker's Yard, which is the normal map for Unknown, and I think Springtrap is also gonna do very well on it because he doesn't have to bother that much with pre-running, and I think he can show strength that is his chase. So yeah, we're gonna play on Wrecker's Yard.
Right, so Wrecker's map, aka the map where it's impossible to tell what's north because there's a shack in the middle and it looks the same anywhere else.
Sure,
It's super open. Chances to hit over obstacles are very abundant. I imagine it must be a field day for a killer like Springtrap.
I'm not gonna lie.
We have... Oh my god, what a nasty
Oh, okay, this is Endo CPU. So, alright, this makes a lot of sense. So we have Pop and Eruption, which I think is insane with this killer. We have Endo CPU to kick the gens faster, and we have a chase instantly. Alright, this is one way to start the game, I guess.
That's so unlucky because we were just talking about how Pedro's like one of the best survivors in the world. And
He's about to get 2 taps.
He just got hit like 3 seconds.
Oh my god!
Lord, that was so
Look
good.
at this. This is like the chase potential of this killer, though.
Yeah. Unlucky there, but Obii did something really smart. He looked up to fake pretend that he was going to do an orbital, and when the survivors ran away, he only then started to chase after them.
Wow.
Super early pain res. I don't know if it's going to hit anything.
That was like a great showcase, though, of the lethality of this killer, right? There's just like not much they could have done there. And even they tried to body block, but because of the arc, like it's just not that easy. Oh, are we gonna go back for the... Yes, we are. All right, what can Pedro do here? We're probably gonna see a chase on him. And he's balanced landing. Wow, is this hit tank gonna work out?
Oh, nice dodge. That could have been the end of the second chase. Now that the killer has dropped the axe, he knows he's safe for like a little bit. That's a little scary. That's a little scary.
All right, Pedro showing his class, though. He's not gonna go down without a fight.
Yeah, keep in mind, none of the survivors are helping. They're all on gems right now. They trust him. Let's see what happens.
You know what's crazy? Like, Obii could have definitely shot that, but he thought Pedro was gonna dodge, and Pedro just ran straight through.
Back of basement. Oh, that's disgusting. It's really good too, because we've already gotten the painters out of him. We don't care to hook him on any one particular hook. So that was Eruption. I think it did trigger.
Right. Okay, I'll be honest, like Death Hook, 4 gens left. This is a good spot.
Oh no.
Like there are not many killers who could actually do this against such a good team.
I'm having a bit of a flashback to the last time we had Unknown in this set. And I do remember these very same players or a very similar, you know, roster making the Unknown have a really hard time in this map.
That almost hit, by
So
the
this
way.
is a strong contrast. But we're yet to see the Unknown here.
Wait, an unknown killer odds?
No, what I'm saying is the Unknown does struggle to deal with survivors going down under pallets, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that this killer just, that weakness doesn't quite exist on this killer.
Okay,
Or at least not to the same degree.
This is quite an interesting showcase. We have a little bit of the Huntress thing going on, where you literally cannot unhook if the Springtrap is close. Because of the axe making it impossible. Oh, the unhook comes through last second though.
He unhooked himself by accident. Oh. It was camping sub unhook. I think he didn't mean to. So he disconnected in shame. No worries.
Okay.
We do have a rule that you're not allowed to self-unhook in the showcases. Am I right?
Yeah, I think
so. That's why the player pretended that he just died. No biggie. It's not a rage quit or anything.
Yeah, that's a 200 euro penalty for Pedro. Oh, he's trying, but like now the survivors, they are pre-running him well. So it's almost like once nobody's caught, it becomes so hard because like everyone is gonna have some distance. They're all gonna have some exhaustion perk to use.
Until the first axe lands, survivors are comfy.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean,
look at this. Now it's over.
Yeah, that's good zone. Yeah, Spitz is nearby the hook. He's ready to get that. On a moment's notice.
I imagine Kex was probably the one. Oh, never mind. The killer kind of gets wrong, or at least didn't want to get too far from the hook.
But now they kind of have to guess. And once again, kind of running into the killer. The pre-running is kind of not happening as much because of the undetectable.
Oh, you could hear that really clearly with the spectator, by the way. Oh, I think that's down. Unfortunate. Dan gets to warm up the next hook, and it's now 70 seconds until he's dead.
Oh, I think I wanted to crack myself, by the way. Oh, that was an insane setup. But I don't think Spitz was in position. I was wondering why would
get rescued and firecracker save?
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering why Dan would vault that because there's no reason to do that. But the Spitz was nearby with the cracker, but not quite on time.
I don't know if you noticed, but he missed an axe that could have been really bad.
True.
If it hit Spitz, because this team is already hanging by a thread. I don't know if your hook stage is bugged. Mine says there's 4, but there's actually 5 hooks.
Yeah.
And Dan is injured and dead on hook.
Great mind game. Obi's really making the most out of the 115 here. Picking up the axe when he's really close and then using it. Yeah, he's playing this really well.
There's this really strange effect where if survivors try to avoid the initial hit, they end up making themselves really, really easy to catch.
Wow.
We've seen them now dodge like with tires and other little things, but it's just so impossible against this killer. It really does seem that if you don't run early to safety, it's just a matter of time before you go down.
Okay, Obii has good gens here though. This is gonna be really hard for the survivors.
Far enough that the killer doesn't want to commit to them. With Eruption, it's always nicer to go for the person that's injured that's going to immediately make the gens regress. And he finds the perfect target. This is really unfortunate.
Yeah, Dan and Chase.
Yeah.
He wanted to do... I think he wanted to force. Oh!
No way.
He wanted to force...
He wanted to grab?
Yeah, yeah. Because I think you can flash attack that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. No. It actually makes a lot of sense. He wanted to go in. Then the killer would have gone in, would have grabbed him, come out of the same door, and his friend Spitz would have thrown a firecracker at the perfect time. That is actually something you can practice, and it's not that difficult. It's setting it up that's insane, actually.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, they were definitely trying that. Oh. Okay, Spitz staying alive here. He will have to down one of those. And with Spitz going back on this gen.
Okay, do you think they can finish the last gen? They need an insane chase that they haven't had so far.
Yeah. They would need to have a very, very good chase, and that's hard against Springtrap. This is really difficult.
Yeah, like look at Spitz. He's got nothing on this corner.
Yeah,
No
he has a
pallets
TL
anymore. A TL, and that's it.
and a dream. Oh, that is a great 50 though. He won that, and now he's at the T. And Kexo is already 75 on the gen.
Okay.
He won another 50. Okay, Spitz is making it happen right now.
Oh my! What?
So close. So close.
Excuse me?
The gen was so close to being finished.
Is it so close that she actually tries? Oh, unfortunately, they really don't have anything to pick each other up nicely.
And for our last match, Xeno tried his best against Team Invictus on the unknown on Wrecker's Yard.
We have a third commentator.
Oh,
Check
wow.
her out. Look at her.
No way.
She thinks the unknown's gonna 4K. 5 gens.
Yeah. That's, I believe it, to be honest. 5 gens?
Yep. She
Yeah.
bets you a whole wheel of cheese.
Oh, okay. That is an interesting build, though. We have knockout and brutal strength. So we are going for the kicking of pallets, I guess.
Yeah.
That is
And
quite
I love
interesting.
to see the add-ons. The add-ons basically make it so that your teleports come, your clones come back faster after breaking stuff. And also slow down the survivor if they get hit directly by the projectile.
Interesting, interesting. And we have fast chase
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
on the bus. And yeah, well, Dennis is going to take the hit, but the weekend is kind of slowing him down quite a bit. Is he
Yeah.
going to make it around?
Oh, this is actually the exhaustion add-on. Ooh. Fascinating.
That's the fastest
Dan
coming
shakes
through.
off the weekend, but now takes 1 hit.
Yeah. One thing to notice, he took the hit on the perfect side because the unknown had to recover on the other side of the pallet and Dan had the entire map. That's something that really good players do just to get a little bit more distance.
He pathed around the explosion of the unknown as if he knew exactly where it was going to be. That's so crazy.
Oh, that was a great
See
weekend.
Kexo takes over. And it's now Pedro. Wow, he's really just going between them, huh?
Oh, Kexo pre-stealth though. Oh!
Ooh.
Actually.
I think this back and forth is really dangerous.
It is, it is.
It is where this killer gets really stretched thin.
Yeah, I think the... Yeah, it's just like a little bit of the... Like, he doesn't have the same push and chase, you know? Like, it just doesn't. It's like, there's more Survives can do. And I think and Team Invictus is really showing this.
Yeah, the fact that exhaustion perks are allowed here makes it so that the killer really has to hit you almost 3 times in a way. Okay, we see a small mistake from Pedro, or perhaps a deliberate decision to position himself in a better spot.
Yeah. It's like he always has someone, by the way. That's one thing you will notice. He's never ever gonna get the faster cooldown from his weekend. Because once they're weakened in a bad spot, then they're gonna do everything in their power to force them one attack.
Amazing play by Kexo there. Very patient. When a killer kicks a gen like this, you know that they have nothing better to do. And that was a little scary. Light coming into play. It's now the 2nd time we see an exhaustion perk. Or maybe the 3rd. And look at this, no pressure. Not injury, no weakened. Pedro is now getting a heal somewhere presumably far away. Oh, I think killer might have noticed it from a distance. Kexo removed one of the hallucinations.
There's nobody in the corner where he's looking, I think.
Oh, yeah. Maybe, like you said earlier, he predicted a reset, but in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
And these dry kicks are just really tough. So knockout is no longer a slugging perk, right? It's a perk that slows down survivors when they drop a pallet and they pre-run it.
Yeah.
It's a
Especially
really interesting choice.
very useful together with brutal strength because you slow the survivor down, you kick the pallet faster, and that means you're in range for a follow-up UVX attack. That's, I think, the idea of it.
It's so unfortunate because you can tell that this killer is throwing a lot of things at the wall, but none of them are quite sticking. Every survivor is running like an almost predetermined path to safety anytime they see him teleport. Oh, I'm feeling bad for this unknown. It's just a sad thing when you watch a player that you know is doing their best and you honestly don't know how you would improve anything that they're doing, but they're still like trying to climb a waterfall.
I mean, you can't really... Yeah. I mean, they're staying so far away that there's very limited things you can do. Now, Kex is gonna go back on the generator.
Wow. They almost predict where they are exactly.
I mean...
But the thing about unknown is that at that distance, a survivor can pretty much react, right?
Yeah, okay. Everyone got rid of the weekend. We're literally back to square one. There were some injuries, there were some weekend, but like no survivor ever gave in and even gave it down at this point.
Yeah. Okay, we saw a bit of slowdown from knockout. Oh, we saw the grab initiate. That's so unfortunate. This might be the mindset of I'm gonna die in corner. No, it's not over.
Oh, there's a hit tank too. Are they gonna die under the pallet?
Oh, that's actually so crazy. Super close shave.
No, the hit tank is coming through.
It's so difficult to play against this.
And doubling the gen now.
Keep in mind, like, this isn't even a down yet.
And the last gen is about to be completed.
That was a really gnarly shot, though.
On the dot, first down, last gen. Oh, that doesn't even hit. What? Oh my god. Wow, the survivors really showed the lack of chase pressure the unknown had.
Yeah. I do wonder if we had gone for add-ons that put the survivors in initial pressure, would that somehow have escalated a little bit better? Like, do you think that would have been maybe more successful? It could have been exactly the same scenario, right? Where they just shrug it off.
Yeah, I mean, there was some weekend, there were injuries. The problem is the survivors, they always got rid of it. They never put themselves in weak spots. It's like the first hit of the game is on Dan on the bus, and then he makes it all the way to Stark. And if you chase that, then he's just gonna drop Shack. He's probably gonna go back to bus. This is really difficult to have like a timely down in those situations.
Xeno's playing actually so well. He's doing so many things right. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. This is gonna be called out with 1 week prior. Like, it's never gonna catch off guard. I honestly thought that maybe Springtrap would suffer more from callouts because of his whole stealth thing, but arguably I'd say Unknown has suffered more from that.
Yeah.
They don't want him to hook far away from the game.
I mean, you're also one thing you might not have seen, but that is absolutely the case, is that the survivors also got rid of all the hallucinations so fast.
Yeah. Honestly, this was super impressive. The way he predicted the place the survivor would be, it almost turned this into a to kill possibly. Oh no!
Was that we're gonna live forever? Yeah. Oh, it's no one left behind again.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm sweating, dude. I'm sweating. He just needs to take a ride, and he's fine. 8 seconds is just so cruel, dude.
That's it.
All right, they take damage. They take damage for the next match. Damn.
Impressive showing, and we get a flashlight on top. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I have to say, it's so obviously not the usual survivors that we had this match. You know, you understand. Like, we literally had 3 games before of Unknown versus survivors that were also really good. Even the same survivors. And Unknown, even if they didn't 4K, they at least put up a really good fight. And I think that we had 1 4K, right? So it's not like Unknown is completely worthless, but it's generally so heartbreaking to see how powerless it is to have your power decay over time, right? It's kind of like a ghost fist that's marking you, but before he can hit you, your expose runs out in 6 seconds. It's really cruel. Has to be played so well. Yeah.
The power's hard. The survivors can do a lot to deny it. They can deny the teleport. They can also force M1s really well, which is like, Springtrap doesn't have a problem with that. Like, he's just gonna throw the axe. So yeah, I mean, chase is what is the ultimate thing. You need to get downs to get hooks. So yeah, all right, that's it. That was very exciting. Yeah, I think that Springtrap still has the better chase, but you can definitely see that Unknown has things going for him. Especially, like, there are some exciting matches, to be honest. There are some good matches.